Do you know what would be crazy? If Red Bull actually gave you wings, or if a cow could actually jump over the moon, or if a viral pandemic actually resulted in racism. Well, maybe that one isn't so crazy. The recent COVID-19 pandemic has caused some people to make fun of, harass, discriminate, judge, and hurt Chinese and other people of Asian descent. So gathering information from personal experiences and information from interviews from credible sources such as CNN and the New York Times, I believe I have the right to inform y'all about this topic. I'm a part of this demographic of people who are being affected because I'm half Chinese and half Vietnamese. Fortunately, I haven't had any physical encounters, but whenever I do go outside, I know I have to be more careful and aware of my surroundings. Now, this racism that is being caused by COVID-19 is one of the biggest problems to come out of the virus. However, with the right information and an open mind, it is possible to cure this xenophobia. Today, I will go over the problems and harms that COVID-19 causes for Asian people, some causes and barriers that may be causing the blind racism and hate speech towards Asian people, and finally, a solution to this racism problem. Racism coming out of the hysteria from this virus is a problem because it is causing Asians to be discriminated against and mistreated, even though they have nothing to do with the actual causation of the virus. First of all, people are being judged. Though I was born in America, many Asian Americans like myself are being judged just from the fact that we look Chinese. Though this every Asian is Chinese stereotype is another problem, it makes itself present in this situation. I get more stares than I would like to when I go outside with a mask on because I know some people assume that I'm sick or I have the virus. I've never even stepped foot outside of this country, and though many are like me, they too get racially profiled. This racial profiling is also causing people to lose their jobs and businesses. In New York, for example, a CNN article explained that foot traffic plunged just ahead of the Chinese Lunar New Year and Spring Festival tourist season, which is normally one of Chinatown's busiest and most profitable times of the year. Another example, according to a San Diego Union Tribune article, is from places such as New York City or Los Angeles. Shoppers appear to be avoiding Chinese businesses districts in particular, with merchants reporting dips in sales from 30% to even 50%. Imagine if your income was just cut in half. People build their livelihoods based on their income, and for it to be suddenly cut in half could not only ruin the business, but could ruin these people's livelihoods. This would increase the already rising unemployment rate when it doesn't need to be. Lastly, people are getting harassed and hurt. Sadly, some people have gone out of their way to harass Asian people.
Come here. Need some hand sanitizer. Come here. Sanitize your ass. Come here. Here. You need some.
She's clearly confused and afraid, yet the man continues to chase her and harass the defenseless and innocent women. Another example comes from an interview from a New York Times article, which explained how a woman named Yuan Yuanzhu was spat on by a tormentor when she was on her way to the gym. According to Fox News, there was a case in Texas where a 19-year-old named Jose Gomez took it upon himself to stab an Asian family of 4 while grocery shopping. He was able to stab 3 of them, with one being a 2-year-old and one being a 6-year-old. As you can see, this abuse based on race is senseless and is only harmful. Now that I've covered how people are carrying out their acts of racism, I'm going to be going over why people are being racist. Now, the causes of this problem can be attributed to a few things: misinformation, faulty logic, and bad role models. Firstly, misinformation is one of the reasons why some people think that Chinese or other Asian people have the virus, whether it be from tweets from random people or rumors spread from friends or making insensitive jokes such as this one. Misinformation can be spread widely very quickly. This misinformation is one of the causes of this racism towards Asian people. Next, the faulty logic that if you're Chinese or look Chinese, you must have the virus, be a transmitter of the virus, or have something to do with the creation of it. The virus does not discriminate against things like race or religion. So just because the virus had an outbreak in Wuhan, China, it does not mean that the virus is specific to these people, and anyone can receive and transmit the virus. Lastly, we have bad influential role models who perpetuate the idea that the virus is exclusively Chinese. For example, President Trump calling COVID-19 the Chinese virus not only misinforms, but pushes the idea that the virus is associated with all Chinese people. So with all this said, what can we do to solve this issue amongst this hard and confusing time? Well, being open-minded, kind, and treating Asian people as what they are, people, not virus-carrying creatures, is the biggest thing we can all do to stop the spread of this hate. First off, educating ignorant or misinformed people about how everyone can transmit the virus and about what effects this issue has on Asian Americans is important in helping to see the negativity that is coming out of the fear or paranoia. Secondly, standing up for others if an instance of xenophobia is happening is another important thing to do to show people that what they're saying or doing is not okay. Whether it be in person or in social media, it is important to say something to put the person in place. However, it should not be done with attacking words or hate, but with information. An action step you can take right now is to go support local Chinese and other Asian-run businesses such as stores, restaurants, and markets. This will not only allow you to help yourself by buying food or other goods, but it'll help with giving these people some much needed business. After all, the xenophobia on top of all the safety regulations effects slow down their customer count. Of course, be smart about it, maintain social distancing, and take normal safety precautions when doing so. Remember that this racism coming out of COVID-19 is a big problem for people's safety and well-being. Yet, with the right information and an open mind, it is possible to avoid and fix this problem. Today, I went over the problems and harms that COVID-19 causes for Asian people, the causes and barriers that were behind the blind racism and hate speech, and finally posed a solution to this unnecessary xenophobia. Finally, I'm going to leave you with a quote from Martin Luther King Jr. that I think fits well with what I've had to say. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that.